Hey YouTubers, I thought I'd talk to you today a little bit about modding your GameCube because I recently did one and I was asked by a lot of people how did I do it, so I thought I'd make a YouTube video and show you what I did. So this is my most recent one. It's the third one that I've done and it's Metroid themed. It is modded to play backed up games with a Xeno GC, which I'll show you in a sec. I do recommend it. They're like $8 on eBay with shipping included. And, but if you look up XenoGC, they, are supposed to turn green when they're working, but the ones on eBay, or at least the one I got, does not. It stays red, which is fine. Just be aware that you might not be able to tell. So I'm going to show you that first, because, that's something that I couldn't find anything about online, so... When I turn it on, there's a red light in here that'll come on. Where is it? There it is. You have to get it right at just the right angle. It'll blink once and then do a long blink and then come back up as red, and it'll stay red the whole time. And it does work, like I said, but they're supposed to turn orange or green depending on the model. Okay, so what I did with this was I took a black GameCube, kind of like this one, and I took the whole thing apart. You need some special screwdrivers to get at those bolts down in there. And I do recommend actually picking up one of those, because you can melt a pen and stick it down in there, but if you melt the plastic, then you can't mod your GameCube, and that sucks. So, and something that not everyone knows is that the black and indigo models of GameCube, these circles come out, which means if you mess it up, you can just replace it. But the silver ones, these don't just pop out like this. So if you want to do this separately, like I did, then pick up a black or indigo model, but not the silver one. But if it doesn't matter to you, or you're going to put tape over it or something to protect it, then, you know, get the silver because it's the newer model. It'll probably last longer. So I took the whole thing apart. I pulled everything off of the shell, and even the buttons come out. You'll see it when you open it. It's pretty easy. And I painted the whole thing orange. I did not sand it. I just applied the paint straight to it. This is what I used. Rust-Oleum American Accents. It has to say that it bonds to plastic. If it doesn't say that it works on plastic, it won't work on plastic. And the color that I used was real orange, and it's gloss, which, I mean, you can kind of tell it's glossy, but it's not super reflective or anything. So gloss does work, but I've used satin as well, and that's fine too. It's just whatever you want. I was kind of worried this would be like more pumpkin orange. You can't really tell in the video, but the cap is more pumpkin orange, and this part of it is actually the color of this, so it's kind of confusing. But so I got Rust-Oleum, but Krylon Fusion I hear is the best, but this works perfectly fine. Just make sure it says for plastic. And something else to look out for is if you're using gold or silver, make sure on the back, let me focus, see where it says dry and recoat times, apply clear in 2 to 3 light coats a few minutes apart. It's important that it says that because some colors, like gold, like this, say not to use a clear coat, and the clear coat's really important. So just make sure. I did use a clear coat on the gold, by the way, and it's okay. It turned out fine. It's just sort of, it's not as bright. It's not reflective gold like it would have been, like it was before. It's more sort of like, I don't know, bronzy. I mean, it's gold. It's just not super gold. So make sure that it does work with clear coat. Yeah, so I took it apart. Then I painted it orange, painted this red, painted these yellow. And for these little like, you know, fake scratches, I used one of these. They're like 50 cents at Walmart, like little foam brushes. and I took some black spray paint and I sprayed it on a paper plate, and then I just, you know, dipped this in it, and then I went like that on the paper plate to get most of the ink off, and then with the pieces, you know, all separate, I went like this around the edge of it, and it created these little lines just like that. Super easy. Just make sure you get most of the paint off. What else? I replaced the light here, the orange one, with the green one, and I'm not sure where I put my LEDs. I got them out to show you. They take 3mm LEDs. That's what's inside of here, is a 3mm LED. And it's really easy. You don't even have to know how to solder, really. You just have to have a soldering iron to get it out. You just heat it up, you pull it out, put a new one in, bend it up a little bit, and just cut off the ends and solder it, and, you know, just heat it up again. And ta-da. Okay, so I wanted to show you this one. Okay, so I'll show you with the other one what I did, but I did the same thing with the top of this one. If you want to stencil something like this, or something like this, what I did was I used a program called Krita, K-R-I-T-A. It's kind of like Photoshop, and I photoshopped, you know, this picture into black and white, and I printed it out to be the same size as this. This is just like a regular printer paper I printed it out on, and then I took this. This is a shipping label. It's like a pack of shipping labels. It's like a full sheet of paper that's basically a giant sticker, and you can print whatever you want on it. And so I get, you know, the sheet of paper, and I print out, you know, a few of these on it, you know, like 4 or 6, and then depending on how complicated the design is, and then I cut it out to be the same size as this. And what I did for this one, for example, is I painted the whole thing black, just straight black. And then I took my shipping label, which is basically like a sticker that looks like this, and I covered it with clear tape so that if I spray painted it, the spray paint wouldn't soak into the paper and leak through. I just covered it with like clear like packing tape. And then I cut out all the white pieces. And so like for her visor, I cut out her visor, and I just stuck it on top of the black. After the black was dry, I just stuck all the little stickers on. I made a whole bunch of stickers. I just stuck them on here where I wanted them to be. And then once I was done, then I spray painted the whole thing gold. And then when it was dry, I just peeled the stickers off and put a clear coat on, and that's all. You have this then. And that's the same thing I did with this. I painted it yellow, so it's always the secondary color that you paint it first. So I painted it yellow, put the sticker on, painted it red, peeled the sticker off. Then I did the little accents and put the clear coat on, and that's it. So for this GameCube, I'm just showing you both because I have both, and this one's on my shelf. I'm trying to sell it, but it's hard to find people on Craigslist who are looking for it because you kind of have to type in GameCube to find it. So anyway, so what I did with this one was I also put LEDs in the front. It's kind of hard to see, but it's like I drilled out those little indentations that are on the front. I did not do that with this one. These are just the indentations. It's a little bit bright, so if you're playing at night, it's maybe not the best thing, but anyway, these are my GameCubes. The LED that goes up here, you can use some of those for these, but you can't use the 3mm for all of them. You can use 5mm for all of them, but you can't crowd enough of the little ones in there to make them fit. So if you're looking at doing that, get the bigger ones. And there are tutorials on that online. It's pretty easy. I think that's all I wanted to go over. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Hope you like.